What's up, everybody? Ninth Jim here, back with another VGC 2020 Pokemon Sword and Shield competitive video. Today, we're talking about Corsola-Galar, Galarian Corsola, however you want to say it. This Pokemon is pretty cool. One of the best Galarian forms that we have available right now. Am I thinking of anything else? Not really. Pretty much all of them are kind of bad. Surfetch is cool, but it's not really a Galarian form. It's more of like an evolution of a Galarian form. And Weezing was cool, but kind of fell off entirely. But definitely still promising, and I'd love to revisit that Pokemon. But yeah, for now, I'm talking about Corsola. So this Pokemon is pretty cool. It's super bulky. It can use Eviolite, which makes it even more bulky, and it's pretty cool. It pretty much just sits on the field forever, and Strength Saps, Nightshade damages, Will-O-Wisp makes every single Pokemon just not deal any damage to it, and it's really good. Notably better in singles, in my opinion, just because Pokemon like this don't do as well in VGC, because honestly, like, tanky wall Pokemon kind of have to do something. This Pokemon doesn't do much. You know, like, Haze is really good, Will-O-Wisp is really good, and Strength Sap and Nightshade are good, but if you run into a scenario where you're 1v2ing, 1v3ing Pokemon, this Pokemon just is not going to pull enough weight, unless, you know, if it's 1v2 and you Strength Sap, and they're both physical attackers, maybe. You know, maybe you can win that. But it's kind of hard if they're, you know, any special kind of attackers or anything like that. So that makes this Pokemon a little bit better in singles. You can just wall out anything physical and then, you know, switch it out whenever an actual problem arises, which is cool. Anyway, into this actual Pokemon, we'll go ahead and talk about it. So, Ghost typing gives us 2 immunities, normal fighting, which is pretty good. Resistances, Poison, Bug, which is, like, not great, but fine. And then weaknesses, Ghost and Dark, which are both pretty relevant in the game. We have things like Tyranitar, Rotom, that has Dark Pulse and Nasty Plot, can really pose a threat. Dragapult, Jellicent, like, a whole lot of Pokemon have Ghost and Dark type attacks, and it's not the greatest weaknesses, but it's not the worst. You know, we could definitely have worse than that. Anyway, into our stats. So 60 HP is not insane, but the defenses, like the defense at 100 and special defense at 100, make up for that entirely. You know, we invest all into HP and then some more into defense and special defense, and this Pokemon just tanks so many attacks. It's crazy. Like, I'm talking, it can even potentially take like weakness policy attacks, especially after like an Intimidate or a Strength Sap or anything like that. This Pokemon can really just tank a lot of stuff, which is really cool. And Strength Sap just like heals it back up. It has great healing as well as bulk. Just naturally very defensive wall Pokemon. I like it. It's cool. Attack 55, special attack 65. They don't matter for us. We're not using any attacking move. We're using Nightshade, which just deals 50 damage in VGC or singles. You just deal 50 damage. It's like really good actually. And then speed 30 is really low. You can play Trick Room with this Pokemon, but this Pokemon doesn't really care if it takes some damage first, because, like I said, Strength Sap, you just heal all back. And that's kind of the game plan. Anyway, that's about it for this overview. We'll go ahead and talk about our build. Our build is pretty basic and pretty easy to, you know, tell what's happening. So, into the build. So, ability, Cursed Body. We don't have great abilities on this Pokemon, which is unfortunate. Cursed Body is not bad. Like, definitely it's just like a fine attack or a fine ability. Cursed Body, whenever you get hit, you have a 30% chance to curse or to disable. You have a 30% chance to disable the attack of the attacking mon, which is pretty cool. You know, it's not insane, but it's pretty cool. I like it. Could be good for certain attacking mons, mixed attacking mons, which you don't see very frequently, but is a thing. Special attacking mons, they hit you with like a special attacking super effective move. Boom, it's gone. You disable it. That's actually really good. It's good when it comes up. It's not, obviously it's not good when it doesn't come up, but it's fine. It's better than the other ability, which is Weak Armor, which is not what we want with this Pokemon whatsoever. Into our item, we have Eviolite. Like I said, giving a 1.5 times multiplier on your defense and special defense is broken. It's insanely good. Actually, just insanely good. Making this Pokemon an insanely tanky, very annoying Pokemon. And in singles, it's better than doubles. But in doubles, if your partner is really like working as well, then you can get a lot of mileage off this Pokemon, and it's cool. Into our moves. So this Pokemon, I really only like 4 moves in VGC. So we're only using 4 moves. No flex moves for this build. This build, we are talking about Strength Sap, Will-O-Wisp, Haze, and Nightshade. Nightshade just doing 50 damage. Being able to just deal damage with this Pokemon is good. We see that on things like Dusclops, which are made to be bulky, set Trick Room, and then do their thing. This Pokemon is made to be bulky, set Strength Sap and Will-O-Wisp and be annoying and be able to haze, and Nightshade is good for just dealing some damage. Haze is good. It removes all stat changes, which is really, really good. Any weakness policy activates, boom, it's gone. Your opponent uses Nasty Plot, boom, it's gone. You have a lot of really cool things with Haze. Haze is good. Will-O-Wisp, being able to half your opponent's physical attack is really, really good, and also doing a little bit of tick damage is pretty cool. And then Strength Sap, being able to heal as well as lower your opponent's physical attack, is very, very good. Pretty much what I'm saying is you can make any guy's physical attack nothing, especially with an Intimidate Pokemon on your team as well. Just be very careful of Pokemon that are Defiant users or competitive or anything. Lowering those things with Strength Sap or Will-O-Wisp or anything will kind of suck, but it's fine. So into our investments here. So 252 into HP, just max investing into HP, just getting its general bulk as high as possible, and then we have defense 180 and special defense 76, and then calm nature giving us plus special defense and minus attack, since we don't have any attacking moves on this Pokemon. It's also notable to get our IVs of attack to 0 if you can, to minimize Strength Sap and confusion damage, stuff like that. So it's just good to have 0 attack on all those kind of Pokemon. So, nature, calm is good. So, let me explain this spread a little bit here. 180 into defense and 76 into special defense. 76 plus into special defense, mind you. 76 plus helps us bring down certain attacks down to not OHKOing. Things like Nasty Plot, Boosted, Rotom, Wash, Dark Pulse. That's the biggest one that I had in mind for this spread. No, let me clarify, this is also just a very used spread, so it's not like, this is my spread only. This is just a spread that is generally used for this Pokemon in VGCs. In singles, we just run all defense, just make sure nothing dies, nothing kills it with attack. That's it. So, yeah, I'll explain more in the damage calcs. So for now, let's go to our speed tiers. So speed tiers are pretty easy with this Pokemon. We're pretty slow. We're at 30, go up to 50 with our IVs. 50 is not bad. We're on the same speed tier as Snorlax and like Reuniclus and stuff like that, but Reuniclus will be hindering, being min speed all the way down way below us, and this is where we're at, which is pretty good. 50 is not bad. We outspeed all of these good Trick Room Pokemon before Trick Room is set, so we get to set off a Strength Sap onto a Rhyperior, unless it protects, before Trick Room is set, which is pretty cool. A lot of things like that, but other than that, we're very slow. So a lot of Pokemon are going to be outspeeding us. Things like Supersized Gourgeist initially is going to be able to outspeed us. Set Trick Room before we can attack, which is annoying, but it is what it is. Supersized Gourgeist saw a little bit of play at that one tournament. Now has kind of fallen off. We haven't seen it at all, but I mean, with the whole virus thing, we haven't really seen any Pokemon in competitive play. We've seen a few like one-line tournaments, but none that were very big, and which is unfortunate and a really bad thing just for everything in general. This virus has been mean, but this is not a coronavirus video. This is a Corsola video, even though he looks like he's kind of got coronavirus, but oh well. So yeah, Supersized Gourgeist outspeeds us. Clefairy, Mudsdale will both outspeed us unless they are min speed. Clefairy will never be min speed. However, Mudsdale will be sometimes. Will be faster than Mudsdale sometimes. Not typically. Mudsdale will usually have a little bit of speed or no speed, but uninvested instead of hindering. So I'd say 7 out of 10 probably Mudsdales will be outspeeding us. Other things that will outspeed us all the time, Jellicent, Lapras. Both of those Pokemon are so they're both ran hindering sometimes. Lapras less so, but Jellicent will be hindering a good bit of the time. Regardless, they'll both be outspeeding us. So like Jellicent will be able to send off like a Shadow Ball sometimes into us, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is, Next, we have things that we outspeed. Is Conkeldurr sometimes. Conkeldurr, if it's not min speed, it'll be at 65, it'll be outspeeding us. Most Conkeldurrs are not bred to be Trick Room. However, sometimes they will be. So you'll outspeed Conkeldurr sometimes, but usually Conkeldurr will be outspeeding us. Rhyperior will always be outspeeding until Trick Room is set, obviously. But Rhyperior will always be at 40 speed. It'll never be more. We'll never see it more, honestly. Unless it falls out of grace from Trick Room, but that's half the reason Rhyperior is good. It's 90% of the reason it's good is that it becomes fast and strong. So yeah. Gastrodon will be outspeeding most of the time. Actually, not really. So, like, a lot of Gastrodon are not bred min speed anymore, just because. I really don't have any better reasoning. It's just because. Next, we have Hatterene. This Pokemon will always be down here. It'll never have speed on it, as well as always going to be played under Trick Room. So, we'll always be outspeeding Hatterene until Trick Room is set. You know. Self-explanatory. That's about it for our speed tiers. We'll go ahead and talk about some damage calcs. So, as far as damage calcs go, we have a lot of them. And by a lot, I don't know why I say that. I say that sometimes. We have a lot of them. We have the same amount as always. Anyway, these are all attacking into ours, not us. I'll move my body up some once we get halfway through the damage calcs. So first off, we have Rotom Wash, Max Darkness, Nasty Plot, Dynamaxed. So we're at +2 Max Invested Darkness Pulse, Max Darkness, into our 252 HP, 76 Special Defense, into our boy, hitting 86. 201%. That's a lot. But we usually will live that. 12.5 chance to OHKO is pretty low. You know, they need a really, really high roll to be able to do that. They probably won't, but it's possible that they'll OHKO us. And you can definitely take a little away from your defense, but I really won't like having max defense as possible. This just gives us a really, really small chance. Like, they're not going to hit it. You know? They're not going to hit it. They might, but they're not going to hit it. Anyway, next we have Weakness Policy, Max Darkness from a Tyranitar into our boy here. Guaranteed OHKO. Really unfortunate. 152 to 180%. We're not going to Dynamax to live that. Dynamaxing this Pokemon would suck. You'd have 4 Max Guards. Actually, you'd have 3 Max Guards. No, don't do it. Never do that. Never max this Pokemon. However, you know, you just don't activate their Weakness Policy. You set off a couple of Strength Saps, and you can make this Pokemon just a really, really easy target. You know, just put up a couple of Strength Saps, you can just not worry about this Pokemon, is what I'm saying, which is good. Next, we have Tyranitar Dynamaxed without the Weakness Policy. This is without Weakness Policy before Strength Sap. It is hitting 76 to 91%. You're guaranteed to live it even with Sandstorm damage, which is very good. However, Strength Sap can sap all of that health right back up. Strength Sap is insane. Strength Sap is like really, really good. You can also Will-O-Wisp it, Strength Sap it, make it irrelevant. You can do that. It's very easy to make the Pokemon like an irrelevant matchup, even though it should be one of our worst matchups. Anyway, that's going to be it for our Tyranitar Calcs. I know I had 2. Next, we have Dragapult, Life Orb, Max Phantasm, Max Invested, Life Orb, Max Invested, Max Phantasm into our boy is 43% chance to OHKO. This sucks. 90 to 108% is bad. Dragapult's not a good matchup. You're going to live it half the time. However, that's not something you really want to like try. You know, like living something half the time, you actually need to live it all the time. Like it just sucks when you have a calc that's like, oh, you're probably going to die half the time. Half the time sucks. Like a coin flip, relying on a coin flip just sucks in general. But there's nothing we can really do. You can't really Strength Sap this Pokemon because 9 out of 10 times it'll run Clear Body, so you can't really do anything about that. You know what I mean? And if it doesn't have Clear Body, it's not physical attacking, so Strength Sap sucks anyway. So, whatever. Dragapult's an unfortunate matchup, but what can you do other than oh darn it? You know what I mean? Anyway, next we have Incineroar, Darkest Lariat into the boy is guaranteed 3-hit KO, 37 to 44% with minimal investments. That's fine. You know, that's like a very solid matchup. You can Strength Sap this Pokemon as well. It's not going to have like super invested into attack, but it has a solid base attack, and lowering that just makes it so like you Strength Sap and you'll definitely heal 37 to 44%. Like you definitely will. So you just don't really have to worry about Incineroar, which is good. Next we have the last calc, Duraludon Dynamax Life Orb into our Fake Tears debuffed Galarian Corsola with a Max Darkness. So this is super niche. Like Duraludon Whimsicott was one of the biggest powerful leads last format before the transition with Incineroars and more G-Max forms and stuff. I definitely still think it's good. Like, don't get me wrong. It's so powerful. It was very, very good. There's a reason we saw it so frequently last format. It's because it's so powerful. However, it is falling out of grace. Also, they need to have Dark Pulse or Snarl to be able to max Darkness, and most builds don't. Most builds are like Protect 3 moves, and they use like their 2 stab moves like Draco Meteor or Dragon Pulse and Flash Cannon, and then most builds play Thunderbolt instead of that. You'll also run into Assault Vest sometimes, however, then it won't be doing as much damage. It will still most likely knock you out. What do you think about that? Actually, no. So if without the Life Orb, even after a Fake Tears, you're still living that attack most of the time. So that's really good, actually. We have a good matchup with Duraludon. Like, unless they Whimsicott, Whimsicott Fake Tears and then Max Darkness, which is, like I said, is very niche. They're probably not going to have that. That's about it for our damage calcs. We'll go ahead and talk about Single Spotlight real quick. So as far as Single Spotlight goes, this Pokemon's really good in singles. Definitely very, very solid in singles. Like I said, it's not as big of a target. You can just bring this Pokemon in against any time that you're like, oh, well, it's not going to die. You're much more safe. You don't have 2 Pokemon targeting you down. You don't have 2 Pokemon targeting down your partner Pokemon. So this Pokemon's just not pulling enough weight sometimes in VGC. But in singles, you never have that problem at all. So you just put this Pokemon in when it's insanely good. Set up Stealth Rocks for free. Will-O-Wisp guys, Strength Sap guys, Nightshade guys, and then pull it out whenever it's scared. It's very easy in singles to use this Pokemon. So yeah, really good in singles. Whoops, meant to move my face. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this video actually. So thank you so much for watching, and giveaway video coming really soon. Why is it so dark behind me? This green screen. Why is it so dark? I don't know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. This is going to be it for this video. So if you like this kind of content, like and subscribe. It means so much to me. And if you like Corsola, that guy right there, like and subscribe. It means so much to me. Thank you so much for watching. And have a good next 6 months. Stay safe. Hopefully we get our summer. We lose our spring, but hopefully we get our summer. And if coronavirus isn't around wherever you are, stay safe. And if it is, stay safe. Pretty much what I'm saying is stay safe. Bye.